Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brooke, but you guys know me as Miss Meatless Muscle, and today I'm going to be taking you through another full day of eating. This time I'm 5 weeks out from my competition. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I'm getting so close. And I'm also going to be walking you through my full shoulder day. So 5 weeks is here. Actually, not much has changed. I've been able to drop pretty steadily at my macros. So if you've been keeping up with this series, my macros are the same. So right now on my training days, I have 170 grams of protein, 30 grams of fat, and I have 140 grams of carbs just on my training days. On my rest days, I get 120 grams of carbs. So my macros have stayed the same, thank goodness. By some miracle of God, I've been able to consistently drop on these macros. I'm sure I'm gonna get stuck at some point and then we'll have to switch it up. But luckily, right now, I'm still moving along. So as far as my activity goes, I'm currently shooting for 17,000 steps a day. So I have increased my steps. My last video, I was at 16,000 a day. So just bumping it up by 1,000 to burn a little bit more calories. And my cardio, my actually scheduled cardio, is the same. So I'm doing two 45-minute sessions. I do 45 minutes in the morning on the elliptical, and then I do 45 minutes after my workout. And I know some of you have asked, what's the difference between steps and cardio? So cardio is actually where my heart rate is elevated. So I'm doing zone 2 cardio. My heart rate is usually between 140 to 150 beats per minute. And that's the difference between doing actually scheduled cardio versus doing steps. So luckily, I get a lot of steps done during my cardio sessions, and then whatever I don't accomplish, I usually can do at home on my walking pad while I'm working, or when I need to walk my dog later to take him outside. So I don't think I've actually ever talked about my goals with this competition season, so I figured I would briefly touch on that. So if you guys have been following me for a while, I actually took 3 years off my competition season. So my last season was in 2022. I did 2 shows. I did 2 back-to-back preps. And I really loved the experience. Unfortunately, I had a really terrible coach who absolutely destroyed my health. He was not vegan. He said that he was comfortable working with vegans and he had experience with vegans, but he absolutely did not. So my diet had a lot of nutritional deficiencies. On top of that, he definitely overtrained me, over cardioed me, and over dieted me in general. So, I probably would have been okay just after that first 20-week prep, but after 40 weeks of working with him, my health was in the toilet. And before I knew it, I was having a lot of pain in my stomach. I developed this weird bloated belly, even with abs. Like I had this giant pregnant belly and it was so painful. I developed all of these weird food intolerances and weird gut issues. My face blew up with cystic acne. I started gaining weight rapidly, even without changing my cardio or my food. Before I knew it, I had gained 30 pounds. And there were very few doctors who could figure out what was going on with me. After seeing 6 different doctors, I found my coach who immediately knew that I was dealing with SIBO and IBS. We were able to heal my gut and heal my hormones. I was also diagnosed with hypothyroidism during this time. And the SIBO actually caused my thyroid to downregulate. Your thyroid and your hormones are directly related to your gut. So when one gets thrown off, the other one is sure to follow eventually. We healed my gut and we healed my hormones. It was not easy. It was about a 2-year process. It took me about 2 years to beat SIBO and IBS and hypothyroidism. But I was luckily able to come off all my medications. I no longer have any sort of gut issues. I have perfect gut health. I have no more bloating, no more SIBO. All of my tests come back clear, and I'm just so grateful to be here. So that brings me to my goal. This prep, I really just wanted to do this for me. I get a little choked up about it because it was a really, really hard 3 years. And I really felt like I had lost myself. And I wanted to compete again so bad, and I wanted to do a prep so bad, but my body wouldn't let me, and it wasn't safe or healthy for me to compete again. It was like no matter what I did, no matter how hard I fought, I was getting 15,000 steps a day, eating very, very little macros. At one point, I was eating 1,400 calories, and I could not lose that 30 pounds. My body fought me every single step of the way. And that's how powerful your hormones and your gut are. And that's something that I try to teach to my clients and teach to all of you is, yes, a calorie deficit is important, but it's not everything. If your body is not operating properly and efficiently as far as your gut and your hormones, especially if you're a woman, you could be in a calorie deficit. You could be doing cardio all day and it won't budge. It just will not. Your body will fight you. And that's exactly what happened to me. 2 years, 3 years was really, really dark. I did my best to run my business and still show up online how I could. But it was really hard. I had a hard time even just looking at myself in the mirror, taking pictures. So taking content was just really, really hard. And now that I'm here and my body is working with me and allowing me to do this, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. And that's my goal with this prep. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to do what I wanted to do for so long, what I absolutely love, my passion, and enjoying it every single step of the way. So it is hard. What I'm doing is really challenging. It is difficult. I do get grumpy. I do get tired. I do get hungry. But I just remind myself how hard it was being sick. And there was nothing as hard as that. And healing SIBO was the most challenging thing that I ever did. I had to give up a lot of things that I love. I had to make a lot of sacrifices. I spent a lot of money and it was really, really challenging. And so now, even though this is like hard and it sucks at times, I'm choosing to do this. I just remind myself that at one point, this was all I wanted to do. I really wanted to get back here and I wanted to do this the healthy way. And I've done that. I've done that. In fact, I love my coach because my coach allows me to do my own nutrition and my own training. He just helps me with the timeline process of prep, like making sure that I'm on track. If I'm 5 weeks out, I look 5 weeks out. He's also going to help me with my peak week protocol, which is a lot of science, filling up your muscles with glycogen, making sure that you look just right at the right time on show day. So he helps me with the timing part of it, but I have done all of my nutrition. I have done all of my training, and I am so freaking proud of that. Like, I am bringing my best look to date. I'll put up a picture of my most recent check-in of what I look like, and I am so proud of this physique. I have worked so hard to be here and I've sacrificed so much. And so it's just a blessing to be here right now. And sorry to get all emotional, guys. I am in prep. So I'm definitely in my feels because I'm hungry and I'm tired, but truly I'm just very grateful that I'm on this path and I get to do this again and I get to do what I love and share it with all of you. So thank you guys so much for all your kind words, everybody following along. It has been such a great motivation for me, and I just look forward to seeing your comments and your encouragement every single time I put out one of these videos. And let me stop crying and get myself together. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. I love you guys. I miss you guys. And I'm so ready to do this and bring it home and bring my best package yet. Of course, I would love to win. I mean, that would be awesome, right? To get first place. I think that's what everybody wants. But truly, this prep is for me. And it's just to do what I love again. And that's it. And I hope I place well. I hope I do well. I've worked really hard, but either way, I have won. I'm here. And that is a huge win in and of itself. I would love to go to a national show this year. I have not competed on a national stage yet. I've been nationally qualified, but I actually haven't gone to nationals. And for those of you that may not be familiar with this, a national show is where everyone from all over the country competes. So you have local shows, and if you win your local show, like this show that I'm trying to do here in Atlanta, if I win this show, I get to go to nationals and then compete against with all the other people who won their local shows. And then that's how you get your pro card. So NPC and IFBB is a little bit different than the other federations because you have to do 2 shows at least to get your pro card. So you have to win your local show, and then you have to win your national show, and then you get your pro card. So that's why it's a little bit more prestigious. People tend to put a little bit more respect on NPC and IFBB because it is no joke. If you get a pro card in this federation, you are the real deal. It is very hard and it is very challenging. So I would love to get a pro card. That's what I'm working towards. Do I think it'll be this year? Maybe, maybe not. I'll just have to see what the judges say. Last competition, I was slightly too muscular for my division. So they wanted me to atrophy a little bit and lose a little bit of muscle because I was just a little bit too big for bikini. And by God's plan, I was sick for 2 to 3 years. And even though I still trained and I still worked out and I still kept on top of my routine, because my gut and my hormones were not functioning properly, I did lose muscle. So without even trying, I lost a good bit of muscle in all the right places. And like I said, by God's plan, here I am. And I think I'm the closest I'll ever be to a pro bikini physique at this point. So I'll see what the judges say. But like I said, my expectations, I want to have fun. I'm enjoying this process. I'm enjoying having a new coach who knows what the heck he's doing my own nutrition because I know vegan nutrition better than any of these bodybuilding coaches, and my own training. So I'm just very excited and looking to have fun, looking to have a good time, and, represent veganism and show people that veganism is the real deal. You can still build muscle and compete in bodybuilding and be competitive as a vegan. So that's my goal. And of course, come along for the ride and come with me as I make it to the stage. Okay, so enough of that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you meal 1, which I always have after my fasted cardio, my first 45 minutes of cardio. And then I'm going to take you through my whole day and train shoulders with me. So I just got home from my fasted cardio, 45 minutes on the elliptical. Oh my God, it was so hard today. Nothing's changed. I'm still doing the same intensity and still 45 minutes. I'm just getting so tired and fatigued. But I did it. I really woke up feeling like shit today. I was so tired, like everything hurts, everything is sore. And when I stepped on the scale, I was down a pound. So I've hit 150, which is very low for me. That's a very hard weight for me to achieve. So definitely losing body fat. So that's why I'm feeling so crappy and I'm feeling so tired, is because I'm getting really, really lean. So, moving right along, new prep low, 150. Yeah, so just got to keep going. I've got a really busy day ahead of me. I've got a ton of calls and a ton of new clients that I have to get set up and get their programs to. Plus I have some business training and yeah, I still got to work out later. So I'm about to shower, make my breakfast, and get ready for the day. And so I'll show you guys what I'm eating. All right, meal 1. Surprise, surprise. I've actually switched up my TVP oat bran bowl, and I have swapped my oat bran for creamy peanut butter cream of rice by Pride Foods. This is like dessert. This is such a great way to upgrade your meals and add a little bit of flavor. I absolutely love this stuff, and it's super easy to make, just a few minutes in the microwave. I still add TVP, about 10 grams, just to add a little bit more volume, add a little bit more protein, and I add a little bit of frozen mixed fruit. It's raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, a nice little triple berry blend. And then I'll just add water, pop that in the microwave, And I'm doing this powdered peanut butter here instead of real peanut butter, just to save some calories and save some fats. This one is chocolate flavor, so that is new as well. Just adds a little bit of flavor. And my fat source is going to be Brazil nuts. So I do 1 Brazil nut. I don't have a lot of fats right now, so I crush up the Brazil nut and I put that on top. My protein source is the Vedge vanilla protein powder. I do about 1 scoop, and then I will just pour my powdered peanut butter on top. So delicious. Then I'm gonna add my Brazil nuts. And this is such a filling, delicious breakfast, digests quickly and super easy. And it is so yummy. Love it. All right, so about 2.5 hours later, I will have meal 2, which is going to be my high protein sandwich. So I'm going to use my homemade seitan as my protein source. You can get the recipe for this on my YouTube or in my Meatless Muscle cookbook. So I will just kind of slice it really thin like deli meat, and I chopped up some pickles earlier. And the bread that I will be using is by Primal Bakery, and I get this at Sprouts, but you can also order it online. And I like this bread because it is made out of seeds. It is very low carb, but the protein is awesome. It is 16 grams of protein for these 2 pieces of bread. So I add a little bit of sriracha for some flavor, some greens, and then I put my seitan on top. This is super easy. I do meal prep the seitan ahead of time, and I just add a little bit of grape tomatoes as my side. And this is such a good meal with very little meal prep needed and minimal cooking time. All right, guys, so I'm getting ready to head to the gym, and I'm gonna make my pre-workout drink. So I'm doing 1 scoop of the Vedge Nutrition pre-workout. 1 scoop is just enough for me. I'm really sensitive to caffeine, so instead of doing 2 scoops, I just do 1. But it gives me really good energy and focus and pumps before my workout. And then I also do 1 scoop of the Vedge Nutrition creatine. Creatine is such a staple. Not only does it help make your muscles look better and more full, but it also increases performance. It also has cognitive benefits. And it really helps increase your strength and helps you keep muscle while you're in a huge deficit. So you're much less likely to lose muscle if you have creatine in your diet in a deficit. And I'm also doing a little bit of pump powder. I don't have an affiliate ship with this brand. I just bought it off Amazon, but it just helps my muscles pump up really well. The code for Vedge Nutrition products is msmeatless, msmeatless. So if you guys would like to try the pre-workout or the creatine, use my code for a little bit of a discount. But I'm just going to mix this up. Actually tastes really, really good. I love this flavor of pre-workout, the peach mango. The creatine is unflavored. To me, honestly, it kind of tastes like one of those like Tootsie Rolls. I don't know if you guys remember Tootsie Rolls, but that's what it reminds me of. And then this pump powder is grape. So when I mix this all together, it actually tastes really good. It's really sweet and really strong, but it's really good. All right. And I will see you guys at the gym. Okay, here we go. Georgia Fitness, my home gym. It's shoulder day. Let's get it. So meal 3 is going to be a big salad with my Grape protein as my protein source. I'm doing some mixed greens as my base, and then I will add some other veggies on top, some sliced cucumber, some broccoli, some sliced bell pepper, and blueberries. And adding this to my salad just helps me feel more full. It bulks up your salad so it sits with you a little bit longer on your stomach. And my Grape protein is a soy-based protein source. I order this online. You can use my code msmeatless if you would like a discount. I will link it in the description. And I just boil it on the stove for about 5 to 10 minutes, let it absorb all of the liquid, and I season it with a reduced sodium taco seasoning and a little bit of salsa, salt, and black pepper, and that's really all it needs, and it is so good. And I get 40 grams of protein in this meal from my Grape protein. It's super satisfying, very filling, and really, really good. I really enjoy this, and it's super easy to make. You can make it in less than 15 minutes, and you have a super high protein, no excuse, vegan meal. And I'm using some avocado salsa. I get this from Costco, and that's gonna be like my salad dressing, if you will. It does have a little bit of fat, but not much, so I can still stay within my fat goals. And voila, meal 3. So meal 4, I prepped ahead of time, and here I have some sauteed mixed veggies that I heated up on the stove. Broccoli, asparagus, bell pepper, some onions, and okra. Okra is one of my favorite vegetables. And my protein source is the soy-free tofu by Big Mountain Foods. And I just heated it up on the stove with some fire roasted tomatoes. I use some taco seasoning, salt, pepper, and this gives me about 32 grams of protein for this meal. And my carbohydrate is quinoa. And then I just add a little bit of salsa for some flavor. Obsessed with this Matthias salsa. And this is a really, really good meal. Altogether, about 40 grams of protein, counting the veggies, the quinoa, and the soy-free tofu. Okay, so finally we have my final meal, meal 5. And this is a high-protein chocolate ice cream. I do meal prep these ahead of time so that they are ready to go when I'm ready for some ice cream. And they do need to freeze to get to the right consistency. So I would recommend freezing them anywhere for 12 to 24 hours. And it's just almond milk, sugar-free pudding mix, stevia, my Vedge chocolate peanut butter cup protein powder, a little bit of unsweetened cocoa powder, and that's it. And you'll just mix it up really, really well, put the lid on, and like I said, freeze it. And this is so good. It's usually about 25 grams of protein and so satisfying. It makes me feel like I'm having a cheat, even though I'm not. I'm in prep. It's very prep friendly. I do add a little bit of almond milk before I put it in the Ninja Creamy, and this just helps it blend better. And I run it on light ice cream at least twice. And then that gets it to the consistency that I really like it, the best ice cream consistency. And here we are. I add a little bit of that chocolate PB Fit on top, and it is good to go. 25 grams of protein for dessert. Boom. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm absolutely loving all of your feedback and your comments every week. And I hope that this gives you some ideas for your own meal prep. And if anything, maybe just inspires you a little bit to reach your vegan fitness goals and know that anything is possible. Anything is possible. I mean, I beat SIBO and IBS and hypothyroidism. Every doctor, 6 doctors told me I couldn't do it, and I'm here and I'm doing it. And they told me I couldn't do it as a vegan. They told me I had to go carnivore, but I did it. So you could do anything you put your mind to. If there's anything from my story that you learn, 1, make sure you hire a good coach who knows what the heck they're doing. But 2, you could do anything that you put your mind to. As long as you work hard, you stay consistent, and you always believe in yourself, you could do anything you put your mind to, I promise. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe so you don't miss out on my future videos. And I will see you guys next time at 4 weeks out. Bye guys.